if you're angry about something, and you're feeling like this, and you take on that posture, you could do this and I said, okay, go ahead, do that for like 10 hours. Your body eventually will absolutely tire out. Like it cannot do that for 10. Eventually your body has the intelligence to relax, but your mind can do that, can hold that resentment, entitlement, judgment, blame forever. If you have three centers, your mind, intelligence, your heart, or your feeling state, and then like your gut, when people talk about like your gut instinct and the body intelligence, there's a whole body of work I bring to my clients around the somatic psychology. And like an example that helps people really get that is like, if you're angry about something, and you're feeling like this, and you take on that posture, you could do this and I said, okay, go ahead, do that for like 10 hours. Like, and for those of you who are listening, I'm making fists over here and I'm making like this really tense face because you're angry about whatever it is. Your body eventually will absolutely tire out. Like it cannot do that for 10. Eventually your body has the intelligence to relax, but your mind can do that, can hold that resentment, entitlement, judgment, blame forever. So the mindset work is really important to do in conjunction with the heart center as well as your body intelligence, so that ultimately you have alignment with all those power centers.
That's beautiful. You're like taking it to a whole nother level for me. Yeah. And I do have awareness in my body and metaphysical anatomy. And like, I've noticed how my emotions show up in my body, where like my shoulder will hurt or my knee will hurt. It's like, whoa, what's up with that? And I didn't used to think that way. But now noticing, like I can notice when those things flare up, that's when I'm having some episode with work or I got an argument with my wife, then it's like, oh, so that's interesting. And it comes back, all this is awareness. I don't think if I would have started with the small step of just being more aware, I would have never noticed these subtleties, because they do feel subtle. And I was that guy that would run past the roses. And when I was dating my wife, she'd be like, you never stop to smell the roses. And because I was like, go, go, go. Like, this is how I'm going to have, the life I want. I got to work really hard. Mm-hmm. And so all these things you're saying, because I always look for like a starting point. So if someone's listening, they're like, wow, this is all great. You guys have these, like you say, even say Jedi level stuff, which I think everyone can get to that level. What would be, what do you usually suggest for the starting point? Like, what's one tip someone could take right now and say, that they could start to have more awareness, just so they could, the first step, what would you think?
Well, going off of the story that you just said, where there you are and you feel something going off with your ankle, your leg, and you're aware of first the sensation, is paying high attention to amount of what you're feeling in your body that's not comfortable. Now, you can also pay attention to what feels great, but usually we're trying to wake up to bulldozing over like a negative quote unquote pattern. And there's no such it's just energy. What's the vibration of the thing that's happening? So if you were to pay attention to, oh wait, my ankle is like killing me. And then to stop with that and to have then put a feeling to that, like, okay, well, what would be the feeling that goes with that pain, or just the feeling that I'm aware of right now? And I was just teaching this to a CEO and a board of directors group, a team, and they were using all kinds of feelings. And I said, yeah, in some models, use whatever feeling you got. In this particular model, just 5: joy, excitement, fear, anger, sadness. And the CEO, she's like, but I really like nuanced language. Like I'm a master at that. And she really loves being eloquent. I'm like, just the 5, like just make huge chunks. And I'm not scared. I'm emotional, or I'm overwhelmed. I'm anxious. Okay. All that goes into scared. Yeah. And sometimes people have a really hard time just saying, I feel scared.
Right.
So using only those 5 chunks, that is an example of a Jedi move. And then being able to name, and my thought is X. So in your case, I feel angry and my thought is, why did I have to go to the grocery store again? Or whatever it is that comes up.
Yeah.
Why did I have to be the one that called the partner again on this issue? Why didn't so-and-so do it? And then you're separating you're saying, and my thought is, you're separating the thought you're adding the observer's mind to it. So you're creating spaciousness versus being in the motion, in the trauma, the negative feeling. You're beside it. You're with it versus in it.
Now you have a new choice instead of letting it all be like, the analogy I use that brings it quickly, I find when I'm talking to people about something like this, would be like the terms we put on our identity, like alcoholic, workaholic. I even said that on this podcast, but then we're tying it to ourselves, or in this case, what you were just giving the analogy, you're tying it to that emotion. When you can separate the emotion or the identity from that thing, then now we have a new choice. Like, oh, I'm upset about having to go to the store, or I'm upset about having to call a business partner. Then, okay, well, now that responsibility as a leader can come in. Well, what can I do about that? Instead of just being angry. Oh, well, you know, maybe I could set up a standard operating procedure so that doesn't funnel to me anymore. Or, hey, we can, a lot of people deliver now. What if we don't go to the store anymore? What if we have, but all those choices are gone when we're when we let the emotion flare without the consciousness of awareness of looking at it. Now we're just, upset and running out of the house, or calling the partner. And then how does that show up in our business when now you're coming with that emotion and you're on the phone? How's the partner going to feel? Even if you try to fake it and you're like, hey, they feel that. So just look at the layers of effect and how this can bring a spiral. And like you said, negative, positive, whatever it is, do you want that vibration to be going up in a positive, joyful way? I guess let's go back to feelings. Do you want it to be in a joyful way, or do you want it to be in an anger way? Like, which one feels better?
And sometimes they serve you. Like the lower vibration gets our attention. Like, all right, I've been annoyed enough with, in your example, with my wife, like not necessarily that's what was going on with your ankle, but let's say the partner or, business partner. I've been annoyed enough that I keep having this aching back pain. I need to have a conversation. I now need to face this directly and reveal versus concealing, and do it in a way where I'm not attacking and where I'm taking responsibility for what I actually want to create. And one of my other mentors, I have many, I remember you saying the line, I'll never now not have a mentor. Like once you've had one, it's like they just help you get places you've never been. But Diana Chapman once said to me, she challenged me with saying, I want you to work on having a preference without judgment. And that's so stunning to me, if you think about that, to have a preference without judgment. And in the situation of just making a request, that's that clean. That's how teams can transform. Just by getting really clear on what is it that you'd like, and then make that request.
Hey there, I want to give you something really big. It's called Clear Path to Customers. It's the way that we get the right language to get the right client. I like to call them your wow clients, so that you can have more results, more revenue, more raving fans, and more referrals. And I want to give this to you absolutely free. And all you have to do is go to stevenapolitan.com to check it out, or you can look at the description here. We'll put the details there. As always, remember, choose gratitude and create freedom.